Hello everyone, this is Kyle on behalf of Computer Runner, and I would like to offer the following tip to increase the performance of your PC. This would work for Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, all of the modern contemporary operating systems offered by Microsoft. Have you ever noticed that when you boot your PC, it takes a long time to get going? It may take 5, 10, or even some instances 15 minutes or so for it to fully boot and get going. And then after that, it's okay to play around with. The main reason for that is because you have many, usually a few at least, programs that are configured automatically to start when the computer starts, and so after the computer starts, it needs to load every individual program, and that takes time, and depending on the program, it can hog many resources. So what my recommendation is to essentially turn off everything you do not need at that moment. You can always use the program when you need it. For example, Adobe PDF viewer likes to have something running in the background, yet you don't need it. You could always read Adobe PDF files, or PDF files in general, when you need to. You don't need to have it run automatically in the background. So let me show you how to do it. And this works for all the operating systems that I have mentioned previously. It's essentially the same. So what you do is, this is currently Windows 7 that I'm showing you with, but essentially if you're using XP, you would go to Start and then Run, and then it would bring up this little text box for you to type in. And what you're going to do is type in msconfig, hit enter, and up comes this system configuration with various tabs. Now, there's a couple of different tabs we're going to take a look at. The first one is essentially the Startup tab. Now, what you'll see is essentially, I double-clicked that, by the way, to show the entire name of the program that starts automatically when the computer boots. Now, if you want to increase the performance of your PC, you essentially I recommend that you go to the system configuration via msconfig in the search bar, and this will come up. You go to the Startup tab and you uncheck everything that you do not believe you need at the time. Now, of course, if you do wind up needing it, for example, some computers have a wireless connectivity program that is required to run in order to connect to the internet wirelessly. So be careful about that, but if you're not sure, try it out, and you could always undo it by just rebooting and checking the box back in. Okay, so look at this. Password Safe is a program that starts automatically. It's useful, but I don't need it all the time, so I'll just double-click the icon for Password Safe like any other program when I need it. I don't need it to start automatically for me. So I'm going to uncheck that. Groove Monitor utility, no, I don't need that right away. There's Adobe Reader, Acrobat Manager. These are programs that just start automatically, mainly it's kind of subliminal advertising, and in my opinion, yes, they would show you automatic updates, but you could always do that manually. The purpose of this video is to increase the performance of your PC, and to do that, you'll turn off everything you don't need until you want to use it. You don't automatically say, I'm going to run this computer program every time I boot the computer. That's why it's slow in the beginning. It loads each and every single individual program, and sometimes there are many. And yeah, it can be a significant performance increase. So we're going to uncheck that. Norton Ghost, I don't use that every day. I'll uncheck that. Microsoft Windows operating system. This is almost certainly a piece. I'm not quite sure what this is. Therefore, actually, frankly, it could either be malware, or it could be Microsoft Security Essentials. That's what I think it is. But regardless, I'm going to keep this checked, and I'll look further into it later. This I don't need right now, so I'll uncheck that. And after you do that, you turn off everything you don't need. You would click apply, or you could just click OK, but I clicked apply because I'm also going to show you guys the services tab. Under the services tab, you can turn off many services. Some are stopped, but they can start running depending on the input of the user. Essentially what you want to do is go to the services tab and then hide all Microsoft services. You don't want to turn off any Microsoft services unless you really know what you're doing. So what you want to do is hide all Microsoft services and then turn off the services that you don't need. For example, again, Adobe, which is currently running, by the way, is hogging resources, and it's just an update service. I mean, you can update your software manually. You don't need it to run in the background and hog resources, and it slows you down. Okay, so uncheck that. This will run if I'm using it under some certain circumstances. The best way is just to make sure it's off and do that by unchecking it. And again, you could always undo it by rechecking it back in. Generic mount helper service. Okay, no, I don't need that. And if I need it, it'll just, you'll double click it and it'll start working again. Google update service. No, I don't need that. Live update. No, thank you. Mozilla maintenance. No, thank you. Norton Ghost. No, thank you. Symantec. No, I don't need that. Wacom. This is actually for my tablet. A tablet where I can do a pen tablet, and it's basically a whiteboard or blackboard I can do on the internet. I use that quite often, so I'll leave that. Then you can click apply. I like clicking apply and then OK. And then after that, it'll ask me to restart. And then you restart. But I'm still speaking to you guys, so I will not do that right now. But after you restart, it will come back and show you a box around here that says that you have changed your configuration, and it's just essentially a reminder, and you click OK. And if you're happy with the performance increase, I'm happy that I was able to help you. And if there's anything you want to undo, of course, you just go back to start, and for XP users, you go to start and then run, which would be about here, and then you type in msconfig again, and up will come the same thing. You go to startup and recheck whatever you want to recheck. Usually the issue that comes up would be a wireless program that is required to connect wirelessly, and other services. For example, you can recheck some of these if you wind up needing them, but in my opinion, you don't need most of them unless you use it very often, which is almost certainly not the case. But anyway, this is Kyle Rivelli on behalf of Computer Runner, and I'm happy to help you with this tip of the day. Thank you so much, and have a great day.